false and not given options in IELTS reading? Nothing to worry, I'm there to help you. We are going to discuss about these question types in this lesson. These questions are generally considered the most difficult questions in IELTS reading. Most of the students, they struggle with the false and not given options. First, we are going to see the difference between true, false, not given and yes, no, not given question types. True, false, not given questions on the one hand are based on facts. For example, the Thames Tunnel was the first tunnel ever built under a river. So we have to write whether it is true, false, or not given based on our reading in the text. Yes, no, not given questions, on the other hand, are based on opinions. Opinions of the writers, authors, scientists, researchers, and all. For example, children can learn their first language without being taught. Now here we have to mark it as yes, no, or not given. Now we will have a look on the meaning of true, false, and not given. For understanding that, we will be taking a statement from Cambridge 16 Test 1. Polar bears suffer from various health problems due to the buildup of fat under their skin. To get a better understanding over this statement, rather this long statement, we should divide the whole statement into small readable chunks. So let me read it for you in that way. Polar bears suffer from various health problems due to the buildup of fat under their skin. Generally, some of the candidates, they don't read the statements properly and therefore they are unable to understand the meaning of it and they couldn't find the correct answer. So the tip here is you can divide the whole statement into small parts so you would understand that in one go. Then you have to find a keyword or two from the statement to locate it in the text. Now in this case, we can have some keywords. Let me underline it for you. Health problems, fat buildup. Now because this is the very first question in the passage, so we should locate the answer somewhere in the beginning first. The keywords will help you to find out the answer very easily. Now let's find out it. So we will be looking at the first paragraph of this passage. We look for the keywords we have decided to find out. Health issues. Let's see, is there any word or related word written in the paragraph? We can see in the last line of the paragraph that there are some words written which indicates the health diseases, the health issues. Suffer, diabetes, heart disease. Now we look for the other word, that is fat buildup. In the fourth line of this paragraph, you can see there is word written fat underneath. Now, these are the words which have helped us to locate our answer in here. Now, what we have to look for? We need to see whether these diseases are generally seen in the polar bears. Second, whether fat causes these diseases. So let's start reading it. We'll be reading it from the second line of this paragraph. They. Here the word they is for the polar bears. They are uniquely adapted to the extreme conditions of the Arctic Circle, where temperatures can reach -40 degrees centigrade. One reason for this is that they have up to 11 centimeters of fat underneath their skin. Now, these two sentences makes us understand that the polar bears have a big fat underneath their skin that is of 11 centimeters. Okay, and the conditions they live in are extremely cold. They live in minus 40 degrees centigrades. Now we have to see whether this fat is good for them or bad for them. So you can see that why they are able to stay there in those extreme conditions is because of their fat which is under their skin. So this is a positive of the fat, not the negative. Now, the diabetes and heart disease, these two conditions are, we have to see whether these two conditions are found in the polar bears or not. So humans with the comparative levels of adipose tissue would be considered obese and would be likely to suffer from diabetes and heart disease. So these diseases are very common with people who have obesity issues. It is with the humans, not with the polar bears. Yet, the polar bear experiences no such consequences. Now you can see that they have clearly mentioned that the polar bears do not find any consequences because of having fat. Instead, they are benefited out of it. They can survive in the extreme conditions of the Arctic Circle. So, now we'll have a look on the question again and we'll see that what the question says. The question says polar bears suffer from various health problems due to the buildup of fat under their skin. However, there in the text, it is clearly mentioned that they are benefited and the humans are the creatures who get problems out of obesity, not the polar bears. So the answer is opposite what is written there in the statement. So answer will be false. In case they might have written polar bears suffer from various health problems due to the buildup of fat under their skin, and this would match in the passage that yes, they have a lot of issues because of buildup of fat, then our answer will be true. In case whether they suffer or not is missing in the passage, then the answer will be not given. So in case whatever the statement says is written in the passage, for example, polar bears suffer because of having fat. If this matches with the passage, then our answer will be true. But if the important information from the statement, for example, the polar bears suffer because of their fat, is missing, whether they suffer or not is not clear in the passage, then your answer will be not given. To get it better, we'll have a look on two more questions. So let's start. Let's have a look on question number 3. Liu and colleagues were the first researchers to compare polar bears and brown bears genetically. Now here, we have to particularly focus on whether they were the first researchers or not. If they were the first researchers, the answer will be true. If there were some more before them, the answer will be false. And if there is no information given whether they were the first or not, or there was somebody else before, then the answer will be not given. So let's have a look where it is. We need to find out the keywords, and keyword can be you and colleagues. Let's see. These questions, they generally come in a sequence, so we can look for the answer in the second body paragraph after we found the answer for the first question. A 2014 study by Shi Peng Liu and colleagues sheds light on this mystery. They compared the genetic structure of polar bears with that of their closest relatives from a warmer climate, the brown bears. So, we can find half of the information here. They have discussed about Liu and colleagues. They have also mentioned that they have made a study related polar bears and brown bears, but there is no information mentioned whether they were the first researchers or not. So, because there is an important part of the statement missing, the answer is not given. We will have a look on another question, that is question number 4. Polar bears are able to control their levels of bad cholesterol by genetic means. Now we have to find out whether the polar bears are able to control their bad cholesterol or not. So we will have the keyword as bad cholesterol and genetic means. So let's find out where it is. If we see the second paragraph, fourth line, we will see that the information is mentioned there. Liu and his colleagues find the polar bears had a gene known as APOB, which reduces levels of low density lipoproteins, a form of bad cholesterol. Now this clearly mentions that they have that in their genes, that they can control bad cholesterol automatically. So because we are given the information here, we found it the way it is written in the passage, in the statement. So our answer is true here. So let's conclude the lesson now. First of all, we need to have a look on the question very carefully, read it in chunks to make your understanding better over it. Then find out some keywords or some key phrases which can help you to locate the answer in the passage. See that what number question it is. For example, if it is question number 1, 2, 3, you can find out the answer somewhere in the beginning first. Then see whether you are getting the whole information in the passage or not. If some information is missing, the answer is not given. If the whole information is given, the answer is true. If you find some information is opposite given or differently given, then your answer should be false. I hope this will help you to improve your reading band scores. I'll come with some more lessons and we'll meet in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye.